Morgan, what's going on?
Hi, Dr. Delony. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for calling. How in the world are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. All right, so what's up? How can I help?
Sure. Okay, so we just became a first-time foster family a few months ago to a newborn baby.
Yeah, dude, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, that's a long, arduous road. You are
been hard.
a hero without a cape. It is super hard. Do you have your own kids?
I do.
How many you got?
I have a 7-year-old, 7-year-old boy and a 9-year-old girl.
Oh my! You are changing legacies.
Oh, thank you.
Listen, I know you feel like all the trains have derailed everywhere. But listen, what you are doing for those two kids, your biological kids, what are you doing for that foster kid? What you're doing for your marriage is messy and bananas and extraordinary. Thank you. All right, so what's your question?
Thank you. So my question is, this is our first foster baby. We want to do foster care for a long time. I am terrified to say goodbye to this little one.
Yeah.
And the main goal of foster care is reunification, which I think is great.
That sounds super good until you hold that baby, right?
It is. It's so hard. And I just think about not seeing him again, and I don't know how I'm going to do it and how my kids, how I'm going to help my kids through that. So I'm wondering if you have any advice or any tools.
Yes. So I actually, I've got several close friends who I've just been able to watch navigate this for 10, 15 years, some of them. And so, there's some tough lessons learned and some beautiful things that have come from this. It's hard to see when you're in the middle of this banana season, right? You said the most important thing that's hard to get people to turn to, which is, what is my number one job? And it's to hold and love and model the love for this baby, knowing that the single most important person in his life is not me. And that is so hard to do, right?
Right. And I know that mentally.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm trying to get there emotionally.
So I want you to be really graceful with yourself, especially with baby number one. Baby number two, baby number three. This is so hard. So let me ask you a few questions about this. Do you have any connection to baby's mom or dad? Are you a part of helping them with services? Can you be?
I can be. The only reason I'm not is I have two little ones of my own, and I have no judgment towards family whatsoever, but I get a little nervous bringing people into our lives that I don't know.
Sure. So,
if that makes sense.
Yes, and you've brought a baby into your life, and so you've brought an entire family system into your life. And so you can't bring this baby in. You can't take the good parts without the scary parts.
That's true.
Good parts of this little baby, the scary parts are they're an entire family system that if it were working perfectly, this kid would not be in this situation, right? So one or two of my friends who have done this beautifully have actually taken the hearts and minds of the family this baby's moving back into consideration. So they have offered things like parenting coaching for the mom or the dad, regular coffee visits. How are you doing? And here's what happens over time. Not always, but most of the time parents will take you up on that because they're desperate. And they will see something that you have that they don't, which is peace, right? Peace in the only chaotic peace that a mother of a 9 and a 7-year-old have, right? Which is not day-to-day peace, not sleep, not hair looks good or my makeup's all crazy, but that peace that knows this is right. You know what I mean? And so offering, hey, I'll meet with you once every 2 weeks. I'm going to get a babysitter for my kids or while they're in school. We're going to go meet for coffee somewhere. And if you don't feel comfortable yet in your home, that's great. That's no problem. But it will give you a sense of empathy for them too, because they've got a story to tell as well. So I'm going to tell you about a conversation I had in grad school that was a healing moment for me. It was a moment of shame for me and then a moment of healing. So I was working in a placement with an extraordinary psychologist who just worked with traumatized kids. And we had just left another situation where a mom was not working her services and in my head had chosen drugs over her kid. That's how I had framed this thing. And I was so angry and I was running my mouth, and he gently turned to me and said, and I said something along the line, some patronizing, man, I can't believe that whatever mom chose whatever instead of that beautiful little kid. And the psychologist just said to me, man, if you knew mom's story, meth makes a lot of sense. Her life has been hell. And just that one sentence of, man, if you knew her story, you have no idea. Right? And it instantly made me feel ridiculous for running my mouth about a mother who I didn't know. Comparing her situation to mine, I had a newborn and I thought I was all high and mighty. But what it really did was it sent me on a rabbit hole of empathy. How can I hear other people's stories and hear what's going on in their hearts and minds? And how can I be a part of that narrative, not the blaming and shaming and screaming and yelling at people narrative? And so, listen, once I started hearing these stories, oh my gosh, 7 drinks makes a lot of sense, man. You know what I mean? And it helped me navigate it helped open my eyes to a whole new thing. So I'm telling you, your first thoughts are, I'm not judging, but we've all been there. Okay. I think it would do your soul a world of good to offer, and they may not take you up on it and you'll get frustrated by it. But you're going to get to see another side of a human being's story. And you may get to pass along some great skills. And all of this is headed towards this. A lot of these families are still in connection with my friends. The kids are still in connection. Their parents are so grateful for the human connection because they have court, they have the mandated counseling, they've got the AA meetings they have to attend. They don't have any relationships and that are outside of the family or drugs or whatever. And whoa, what a gift you can be, Morgan. Okay, so here's another thing. And my friend Slade has taught me this, and I have never done it, so I'm just talking to you third hand, okay? He says they own the collective grief every time, as a family, they take the kid back. It just hurts, and it stinks. And there is something so beautiful and legacy-changing about teaching your children, modeling for your children, that relationship is risk, and relationships include pain, and it hurts, and it's worth it, right?
That's a really good way to look at it.
And so what I didn't know until I was married for 10 years was that relationships suck and they're really hard when I started thinking of exit strategies, right? And you will have given your kids an understanding of, no. Relationships are really hard, and they're good, and they're worth it, and they're so awful, and you cry, and they're still right. And you will get to honor your kids for that, and there is no magic sauce for that. There's just lots and lots and lots of hugs. Slade, who's like a super in shape, like he was my workout partner for years. He talked about they dropped off one of their kids, and they just made their way to a Taco Bell, which is not a food him and his family would normally eat. And he said they were just silent. And then the person in front of them just mysteriously paid for their minivan full of people. And he said there was some moment of grace there. They all cried. They all laughed. And there was just this collective, this sucked, but we're going to be okay. And let's go help somebody else. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I guess I need to get past I'm very positive. Everything's okay. Everything's good. We'll be fine.
No.
And maybe need to get more into the heaviness of it, that it's going to suck.
Well, and you will be fine, right? And you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And relationship is worth the pain, right? And it just because it hurts doesn't mean it's wrong. And our kids are growing up in a world where discomfort has been pathologized, right? Discomfort has been made the bad guy, and it's not.
Right.
Discomfort's just a signal that we really loved hard and it hurts. What a magical gift you will give to them, and bring them along for this ride. Let them know, hey, it's their foster baby too. They get to help with breakfast and diapers and reading stories. Oh my gosh, you are giving them a magical laboratory for love.
Helpers.
Are they?
Oh, thank you. They're awesome helpers. Yep, they love this little baby, and It's been great.
Awesome. So listen, don't ever let them catch you talking bad about the other family.
No, I never do.
Don't ever let them catch you trying to hide emotions. Just just live and love recklessly in front of them and let them absorb all of you, all of this baby. And man, what a gift you're giving them. What a gift you are giving them. There is no way to make this not hard. It's just hard.
Right.
But
you've given me a great perspective of where to go with it.
Well, and I really, really want you to think about channeling into a conversation or a meeting, a regular connection with this baby's mom and or this baby's dad.
Okay.
If it's safe and the courts will allow it, I would love to see you reach out and do that. It's going to be clarifying for you, and along the way, if you really believe reunification is the best, and that's where you got to be. It's where you got to be.
Yeah.
And I know you look at your house and you think nobody could love this baby like I do. You also have your 2 kids, and you know that nobody can love your 2 kids like you can, right?
Right.
And so that little baby's got a mom and a daddy out there somewhere, right? And they are loving sideways and crooked, and they are broken and stumbling. But that right place for that kid, unless there is pain and hurt, is with their mom and dad. And so, man, you can teach them, hey, they really love this. This baby loves this and laughs when you do this and loves having this. You could be such a bridge to that family and a gift that will be legacy. I mean, family tree changing for your family and theirs. And for everybody listening, foster parents are absolute rock star heroes. It is the hardest thing. Whether you're fostering to adopt or you're just doing foster parenting, you are opening up your heart with full understanding that there is hurt on the other end for you. Best case scenario, the kid leaves and it hurts. Worst case scenario, parents aren't able to complete their services or choose not to complete their services or whatever. The baby has to move on to a foster home. You're hurt. But in the middle, you get to model for a baby that they have value, they're worth being loved. You get to model for a middle schooler that's never had somebody look them in the eye and say, you have worth. You get to take little snapshots in history and plant seeds in kids' hearts. Oh my gosh, and it is hard, and it is holy, holy, good, great work. If you've ever thought about fostering, please consider doing that. Please consider doing that.